We did vet you just about 2 years ago, and here you are again. We'll start in earnest by inviting you to take an oath. And the oath is on the holy books, either the Quran, the Bible, or the Hindu holy book, whichever is your faith. Which one?
I will take the Holy Bible.
The Holy Bible. So be upstanding and take the Bible in your right hand and recite the oath.
I, Rebecca Miano, do swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee on the matter under its consideration shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Thank you. You may sit and sign to the oath. If you have your documents, as you should, you'll give them to the sergeant to pass them on to the clerk to cross-check with what we have in our possession. And when we are done with you, you leave with your original documents. In just under 5 minutes, Rebecca, for purposes of these proceedings, members will be referring to you, including myself, as nominee. So nominee, tell the committee your name, your educational background, your work experience, and your key competences that make you suitable for being recommended to take up the appointment for which you have been proposed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and honorable members. My name is Rebecca Miano, the nominee for the docket of tourism and wildlife. I am a lawyer by profession, having graduated from the University of Nairobi, and also an advocate of the High Court of Kenya of good standing. I have been able to do leadership trainings at Harvard University, at the IP3, and many others. I am an alumni of Strathmore University and Navarra University, Spain. I am also a certified PPP expert, having obtained that at the IP3 Institute. I have been trained on advanced negotiation skills, and also a member of the Fast Forward Premium Leadership Group that consists of leaders in Kenya. Mr. Chairman, over time, in my workstations, I have ended up in the C-suite offices, the last one being a CEO for 5 years. And in that docket, I acquired critical skills in terms of leadership, in terms of managing organizations, their operations, finance, strategies, and I'll hasten to add that one of my strengths is strategy formulation, the discipline of execution and follow-through, and to rally teams towards work plans so that we can deliver on the mandate that we have been given as a team. I have been a legal advisor with experience of over 30 years, handling all matters legal, overseeing litigation, commercial transactions. I am very conversant with the international financing models, having negotiated financing for many infrastructure projects. Mr. Chairman, I was later then appointed or sworn in as a cabinet secretary after vetting by this committee, and I took over the docket of East Africa Community, and thereafter, after a reshuffle, I moved to the Ministry of Investments, Trade and Industry. In those dockets, I have come to get a deep understanding of the operations of government, the strategy and the manifesto that is being implemented. And Mr. Chairman, I feel that the competencies I have, which I have described, that is academic qualification, managerial and leadership, the technical skills, all those have gone a long way to hone me and prepare me for even another docket.
I will now invite the Deputy Speaker to be the first to go, to ask you. And your answer should be concise and precise.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mine are really not questions, but something that, issues that have been raised at with the hotel industry that we'd like some assurance, should you be approved, that you will undertake. Hotel industry is complaining that the classification or star rating of hotels was last done 6 years ago. If we approve you, will you ensure that that is done in the quickest time possible, because it's making it difficult to attract tourism? Also, there is the issue of Airbnb accommodation that has caused some security challenges, and this one will require an answer. What will you do, if approved, to ensure that the Tourism Regulatory Authority has the ability to do it, or the vision you have to do that, since it's an emerging market? And lastly, the two funds, the Tourism Fund and the Tourism Promotion Fund, what can they do to support the tourism parastatals so they can execute their mandate? Thank you.
Go ahead and respond.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. On the question of classification, it is indeed very important that hotels are classified, because then they give them world-class practice. We know that world over, classification of hotels is a necessity. And besides that, it is a requirement of the East Africa community that hotels are classified. And back here in Kenya, if we do not do that, then our guests and the occupants will be left to classify it for themselves, which will then distort the pricing, which will distort the classes. And if I am approved, I will undertake to conclude the work that is pending on classification, so that we have an objective classification system that has integrity and that will enable our hotels compete globally, and even maybe be included in some of the chains because of the classification. We know that if you do not classify yourself, you find other people classifying you. And I know that if we look at the world best practice, we cannot leave our hotels without classification. It is true, and I have been briefed as I met the industry, as I met the ministry. This has been pending for the last 5 to 6 years, and indeed this will be an imperative. It will be a priority in case I am approved to take that docket. The next question was on Airbnb. My view, Mr. Speaker, is that the case of Airbnbs is a classic example where an industry is overtaken by the growth of the industry. And I will not hesitate to say because we have research institutions, research organizations dealing with tourism, they must be on top of the game with what is happening, the contemporary changes, so that as a country, we keep up, we foresee, we prepare ourselves. When I look at the Airbnbs, we are lagging behind as a country, as a region. We are trying to catch up, trying to avoid and maneuver issues that come up. And therefore, that being the case, if approved, I will ensure that this is also a priority so that in consultation with the other arms of governments, with other ministries that have a stake on this, we finalize the strategy, the regulations, any legislative and policy agenda that is required, so that we tidy up that space that is currently untidy, getting into security issues and all manner of things. The third question is on tourism fund taken together with the tourist promotion fund. The tourist fund is the one that funds, the one that collects levies in the hotel industry, previously the catering levy, and the tourism promotion fund is the one that collects levies from travel, international travel, and local travel, and there is a specific amount of money that then is attached to the two levies.